All right, everybody, we're out here in the shop today, and we're gonna check the fuel system out on this Rototiller here. So this is an Earthquake brand. I've never worked on one of these. I've never even heard of one of these before. So it just looks like a generic Predator. There shouldn't be anything crazy about it. So we'll dig into this and see what's going on. So we got our airbox lid. It's going to come up from this side and be a pain in the butt, apparently. Gee, that's killing my fingers coming off there. Yeah, it comes off this side and then hooks out this way. Ouch. I'm going to grab a screwdriver. Push the... There it is. Okay, I got it. Ow. Fingers are cold. It's going to be a high of 48 in Michigan today. And it's like 10 a.m. So it's like 35 right now, probably. There we go. Air cleaner and the lid off. I'll blow that out. Okay. So now we just go ahead and these are 10 mils right here. So now I'm going to turn our fuel cutoff to off. This is fuel cutoff off here. That's choke. Okay. Now we can just kind of wiggle this off of there. Comes right off like that. Okay. So how do they do this? Okay, so they've got the fuel bowl right, or well, the petcock attached right to the carb on this model. I'm gonna check the gas. Okay, there's not much in it. Okay. I'm going to pull that fuel line off from there and probably just tip it up and drain out whatever's in it into a... Probably just go right into this Tupperware here. Brush could have stayed over there. Beetle nose pliers. Okay. So our fuel line comes in over here. It's got a little rabbit ear clamp on it. Reach in there and grab that. Sneak it up. I'm going to grab the fuel line off. Okay, I don't want to move. There we go. That might have been the deal. What I'll do is I'll finish getting the carb off of there, and then we'll pull that off. So in order to do that, just kind of move this breather hose out the way a little bit. Up like that's fine. And then this is just going to pull off from these studs. And then we'll have to pull this lever out for the governor. once we get it out where we can get to it. Just kind of keep pulling like this. So at this point, the fuel line is holding me back. It's not wanting to let out because it's stuck on there. So now that I've got some pressure on it, I'm going to come in here with the pliers and try to twist it just like that. There we go. There we go, just like that. Now I can set that pan under there. This fell off the front. That's okay. It's not hard to remember how this goes. You got it goes just like that. You got your hole up here and your hole over to the side. Okay. Now that you got this loose, we can come in here and grab our spring off just like that. And then we can finish pulling this off. Okay, nope, it wants me to pull the throttle arm out first. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to turn this back to on now. And then I can drip it down in here. It'll make less of a mess on the bench. Oops. Alright, I'm going to set that up on the bench. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab these two things, also set them on the bench so they don't take off. And I'm going to tip this up like this. Boy, hopefully we can get the rest of the fuel that's in there out. Nope. Okay. We're going to try it sideways then. Easy, but just like this. Okay, well, there really wasn't much in there. It doesn't want to do much. Set that back down. I'm going to take another look. I still see some stuff in there, but some fuel. Okay. It looks like this stud is longer than the other one. It's probably on purpose because of the angle of the thing. Okay. Alright, well, I'll get you swapped up to the bench here and you can watch me clean this carb as well. Okay, we're up here on the bench. And I've got the carb from the Rototiller here. We're going to pop this all apart. I've already broken these loose by hand. So this is the screw that holds the bowl on. I'm going to remember the orientation of the drain. I mean, it don't look bad at all. I kind of think maybe it had some water in the gas. It looked like it when I was draining it in the pan. It was bubbly. So here's our float pin. Oh, okay, so it wants us to either pull this out the other side or we have to pull off the... I'm going to pull that off anyway, so that's fine. So there's our float and our needle. That looks pretty good. It wasn't stuck. I'm going to slide this back in. Pull it out this side. Oh, still have more fuel in there. Where's my rack? There's my rack. Now I'm going to pull off the sediment bowl for the petcock. That doesn't look bad either. Petcock looks like it's clean. I feel like there's supposed to be a screen or something in there. There's not. Okay. We will pull out our main jet. Let me find my jet screwdriver. My screwdriver I shaved down so it fits inside carburetors. Just like that. Let me make sure my mic is on. I feel like it's not. PTSD that one time I recorded a video with my mic off. I was so upset. Whole video. Okay. Okay, and there's our main jet. And our emulsion tube might possibly come out. Let me see. Oh, emulsion tube is staying in there, I guess. Now we pull out our pilot. Now sometimes you can get away with, I just want to clean this whole thing anyways, but if your machine doesn't want to run at low speeds and it surges, that's because the pilot jet is dirty. And you can clean these without even taking the carb off the machine. You just pull this screw out, and then this is your pilot jet. It's plastic. I think it does have a brass insert, but so there's your pilot. Sometimes as well, the O-rings on these go bad. So actually, it looks like this one is missing one, maybe. Oh no, it's right there. Just in the wrong spot. So there you go. That's our pilot jet. And it's, so you can see the brass insert. That's the little tiny orifice that the fuel flows through at idle and mid-range. Mainly just idle. So I'm going to roll that O-ring back into its place. There we go. So there we go. There's the main components all out. We don't need to worry about popping those out or anything like that. We can clean it just like this. So next we'll grab our tools here. I like these lately. Run this down through the emulsion tube. Make sure there's no gunk in there. Do the same thing for the inlet for the float seat. Needle seat. Nothing. Run through these ones. This one. There we go. Okay. You got one back here you can run through. It's an air passage. And there's some real tiny ones back here. We'll use air to clean those ones out. You can run through the petcock. Move it to the off position again. Poke it again. Seems good. Run some shit through here. Turn it back to on. Run some shit through there again. Looks good. Okay. Now we'll go through the main jet. I'm going to get the torch tip cleaners for this because it is pretty small. The little wire doesn't go that small. Set of torch tip cleaners. Go down these really dinky ones. And use that and go right through the main jet. Clean. We will hit that with air still. Pilot, maybe. The pilot jet on these is really small. Generally, if I get one that's actually clogged, this one does not look clogged. I have to use a piece of wire from a wire wheel, a death wheel. And that's small enough to get down in these. Yeah, this one is fine. So we'll spray this with air, compressed air, and it'll be clean as a whistle. I don't think this carb wasn't really dirty. It was out of gas and probably had water in it. I wonder if he even checked the gas. Okay, let me grab the air nozzle. I'm going to turn the switch off so it doesn't turn on camera. Alright, we'll go through the main jet here. Through the pilot. Now the way this works is fuel comes in through here and sprays down through there, so it doesn't come out the top, obviously. Perfect. You can plug one side off and then hit it like this, and that'll make air travel out that jet. And I just use my mouth to blow on it, and I can blow through it without it being constricted, so it's clean. Blow out the sediment bowl here. We will blow out the body. So here, you gotta be careful. I do this sometimes. I forget. If you blow in the main feed here or here, sometimes the emulsion tube can come flying out. So I like to hold my finger over it. Through the feed, through the petcock, through here. Okay, and then we got some little tiny passages back here I'm gonna hit. And go right through the emulsion tube. Oh yeah. Blow back through this way. Through this way. Okay. Carb is clean as a whistle. We didn't even need any carb cleaner, nothing like that. Now we can reassemble. We will start by putting our main jet back in. Just like that. Okay, tight's tight, two tights busted. Now I'm going to put the pilot back in. So that's the plastic guy. And it just slots in like this. Just like that. It's supposed to be good and tight with those O-rings, so that way it doesn't leak back out. And you'll see that that flat spot matches up with the flat spot on the body to keep it from rotating. Okay, now that idle screw goes back in, and that actually, keeps it from coming out. Get your screwdriver. So we're just going to start there for idle. And that is over top of that jet, keeping it down in there. Okay. Now we can do our float and needle. Let's give the needle an inspection. Looks good. I don't see, sometimes this looks like it's, it doesn't have a lot of time on it. So if this was a high mileage or high hours machine, you would see a ring that likes to get into the tip of the needle. So that's rubber there. So if a lot of times of it resting on the seat, it'll get a ridge and it'll leak past it and you'll have to replace it. This one looks beautiful. So just like that. And just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to throw our sediment bowl back on. Now we can throw our float bowl back on. And obviously if we had a torn gasket, O-ring here, you know, replace it. This one looks fine. Same thing with this. If that was bad and leaking, replace it. So I'm going to remember my drain was right there. And this goes in. Now I'm not going to actually use the power of this. I'm just going to use it as a ratchet. Tights, 2 tights busted. Same here. Good. Okay. 1 cleaned carb. I'll get you set back up and we'll get this put back on the machine. Okay, I got you back to the machine there. So, backwards order of operations. So we're going to slip on this way. Then we're going to hook up our throttle linkage first. Okay. Then we can hook up our fuel. I'm going to grab my pliers. And now I'm going to sneak our spring on there before I can't get to it. Be gentle, this is very thin metal. Just hooks on just like that. Now I can push it in. And then put our fuel line back down on there. There we go. Okay. And now our little rabbit ear clamp. I don't think that's what this is called. I just call it that. Look like cute little rabbit ears. Come on now. Pesky little wasky wabbit. There we go. Okay, just like that. All right. Choke lever needs to go back on. So now this just sits over top of this post, and then I believe this little dongle here sits into that. So like this. I think. Oh, okay, no, it sits here. Okay, got it. Sits on this post like this. Not like that. Like this. Just like that. Okay. Now we've got our airbox gasket. And remember we got this hole here and this hole here, and that's where these sit. Just like that. Sneak this guy back down here. That's your breather tube for your crankcase ventilation. Okay. Now we got to sneak this over the levers. I'm going to turn this to off so it's over here. And then sneak that tube on at the same time. So I'm going to start by getting it on the levers and on the posts, just like that. And then sneak that tube onto the back. Just like that. Now we can put our 10 mils back on. And one more on this one. Good to go. Now I'm going to blow out that air cleaner real quick. Something like this. There we go. Now that slots back down in there like that. And this sits in here. And now that's back together. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out a little bit. Just like that. I've actually gotten here a little bit of, let me get you set up here. 2-stroke gas in here. I'm going to start first. Just a little bit in, and then I'll add regular after I run it once. So you might see it chooch a little bit, and that's okay because it's got 2-cycle oil in it. I'm also going to check the oil before I try to start it because I don't know where the oil level is at. Looks like maybe it's over full. It's tilting back a little bit. I'm going to pull the drain bolt a little loose here and see if we get any fuel. Oh yeah, we got fuel. Okay. So let's choke it. Put it on run. And see if it'll start. There shouldn't be any rototilling shit going on. We do have an on-off switch. I got it on. Let's see what this does. Move it a little bit. I need to go forward. Let's go backwards. This thing. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's see how she gets down. Ow. Not running bad. Not running bad at all. Okay, well, I'm going to call that good. That's good enough. I'm going to change the oil now. And we'll see what that looks like. So you got a drain on both sides on this machine, I think. Just because that one's got a bunch of crap near it, I'm going to use this side. There we go. Now, this is going to make a mess on the machine, but it is what it is. We'll wipe it up when we're done. We'll throw some fresh oil in it and run it again. And if it sounds like there's an issue, we can take the tapper cover off and check the valve tolerances. Okay. Okay. Funnel. I think this has got about a half quart in it. So we'll put this in and check it. You want to make sure your engine's fairly level. These rototillers don't sit level, so I'd still have my tool bag underneath the back, kind of propping it up level. Check your oil level with it tilted back. It'll show fuller than it actually is because the oil's leaning towards the back where the dipstick is. Okay. Okay, it's showing me 3/4 of the way up the line is where I'm at with just that 1/2 to 3/4 of a quart. I'm going to do just a touch more to bring us right up to the top of the marks, which might be a little extra, but if it smokes just a hair when we start it, no big deal. It'll burn off what it can't use. Okay, that's probably good. Let that run in there. I'll actually make sure it's on off, and I will check it again. Actually, I'm just going to close it up, so we already know where it's at. I'm going to close it, and I'm going to run it through a couple times. Just kind of run the oil pump. Okay. Now I'm going to let it sit for a second, and I'll check it again. Okay, we are showing full. All right. I'm going to reel this outside. Oh yeah, the bag. You can also use the rod back here too to level it. Let's bring you out here. All right, let's fire this thing up and let it run. Still dripping some oil down there. I'm also going to set it up a little bit more level for the oil, so I'm going to move this pin back here. one more maybe. I guess that's as close as I was getting right there. Okay. There's not a lot of fuel in here, but enough to at least run that fresh oil through. See what she does. Shouldn't need choke. Fuel is on. Up to rabbit mode. Maybe we do need choke. Let's choke it. Well, it doesn't want to run now. Oh, I got the kill switch off. Duh. Okay. Unchoke it. Now we just flooded it out. So there's a kill switch up on the bars on this. Weird. Now it's going to kill my hand. Let that run. I'm going to WD-40 the cable. See if it'll do till stuff. Is it this one? That didn't sound good. This is our belt cover. So it looks like one couple down here. I need an extension. All right. Okay, now the top one. Okay. So there's that system. Okay, this one is with throttle. This one is Rototiller. Okay. All right. Okay, the wheels are in coast mode. That's one thing. But what is that? Oh, I don't hear anything bad. Just rolling it by hand. The mesh seems normal. That's the differential. I mean, I'm rolling the engine over. I can do, though, is spin this tensioner wheel while the engine's not running, because it could just be this loud tensioner. Let's take the belt off. Okay, belt off. I mean, yeah, but not that loud. Get down here and feel if there's slop. I don't feel anything bad. I wonder if that noise is not the auger gear making noise, but the drive gear's making noise. So what we'll do, we're going to put this back on. Just like that. Okay. Oh, I see. There's a nail fix with this. Oh, well, there's problem number one. There's been a rig fix for this. Which one is that? Not that one. It's the normal, everyday one. Okay, well, that's definitely not helping, but I don't think that's the issue. Let's, I'm going to engage the wheels, and let's see if it'll move. So I got a feeling if it doesn't move, then the loud noise is coming from the... So you just spin these out till the hole's clear. Just like that. Let's see if it drives. I got a feeling it's not going to drive. Belt's all back on. Yep, okay. Choke it. Okay. course. Okay, well, it seems to work. It might just be that tensioner that's super rattly. Oh, it's even idling now. Maybe it is just this tensioner wheel that's so rattly. I don't know. It moves. I'm assuming he knew it made that noise, so. I'm gonna lube up this tensioner wheel here. Give the bearing in that a little bit of W. George W. Water displacement, batch number 40. Alright, we'll put the belt cover back on. Alright, well there you have it. One running rototiller. That idler tensioner pulley is a little noisy, but it's not wobbling anywhere, so no need to replace it for now. There you have it. Another one of Wayne's small engine repairs. Load this up and take it back home today. Thanks for watching, everybody.